Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video of episode Ask Saki, I'm going to be answering all your Samsung Galaxy S10 questions. So a couple days ago, I actually posted a post asking you guys to submit your questions on the YouTube community section. And of course, a lot of questions poured in, and today I'm going to pick some of the most popular questions and answer them one by one so you guys can become educated on the Samsung Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus and the S10 Lite. All right, so let's dive in and discover everything. Now, one question we have here is, will the new Snapdragon flagship beat the Apple's A12 processor? And the answer to that question is no. It's not going to beat it, but it's going to come very close to it. As a matter of fact, we do have some benchmark leaks. Let me read you the numbers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you know that the US models are going to have a Snapdragon processor on the S10, and the rest of the world, most of the rest of the world, is going to have the Exynos processor. And as of now, the Snapdragon is faster than the Exynos, but both the Exynos and the Snapdragon are not as fast as Apple's A12 processor. So let's take a look at the numbers so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. All right, so here's the numbers. For the Exynos 9820 processor that's going to be using the S10, the score, the Antutu benchmarking score, is 325,000, okay, approximately. And the Snapdragon 855, which is the latest Snapdragon processor, the score for that is 343,000, all right? So it's faster than the Exynos processor. However, when you look at the A12 Bionic processor, or whatever it's called, the benchmark for that is over 350,000. In fact, I've seen numbers as high as 360,000. So again, historically speaking, never has a Snapdragon or an Exynos processor beaten the latest iPhone processor. Those are fully optimized for iPhones and they work very well. All right, but that doesn't mean that these guys are slow. Those are some very impressive numbers that we have for the Exynos 9820 and Snapdragon 855. Both of them are over 325,000. That's absolutely lightning fast. All right, let's move on to the next question. We do have a funny question here. It's from Mr. Lewis. He's saying, what's S10? So just to give you clarify this, there's going to be 4 Samsung Galaxy S10s. 3 of them are going to be mainstream. You got the regular S10, you got the S10 Plus, and you have an S10 Lite version that's going to be a little bit cheaper. It's not going to have the in-display fingerprint sensor, and it's only going to have dual rear cameras. The S10 and the S10 Plus are going to have triple rear cameras and also going to have an in-display fingerprint sensor. Okay, so those are the 3 mainstream models. Of course, there's going to be one more Samsung Galaxy S10, and that's going to be the enhanced 5G version. It's going to have a larger screen and it's going to have a larger battery. Everything else is going to be same as the S10 Plus. It's going to be more expensive. Okay, so just if anybody is not aware of these things, in total there's going to be 4 of these smartphones. One of them is going to be very expensive, high-end model, 5G, and a large battery and a large screen. Other 3 are going to be the ones that most people are going to buy with a budget model that does not have an in-display fingerprint sensor and does not have triple rear cameras. All right, I just want to answer. I know that question was for the sake of fun, but again, it's a good question to answer for people that are not aware of what's coming very soon in February 21st. All right, so let's move on to the next question. The question is, with the new ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, will it be possible to apply a glass film? And to answer that question, what I did was I did some research and I came across an article that was published on Tech Radar. And basically what happened was they noticed a tweet from a case manufacturer that actually claimed that the screen protectors are not going to work. Now, this manufacturer is Armadillo Tech, and they manufacture cases and screen protectors. And in their case, using the materials that they use to build screen protectors, the in-display fingerprint sensor on a real S10, again, it's their claim, did not work properly. All right, so Tech Radar actually reached out and asked them the question to get some details. Now, what's going on? And apparently, Armadillo Tech manufactures their screen protectors either with tempered glass or a material known as PET. And in both of those cases, it did not work. Now, we're not sure if this is something that is just going to apply to this particular manufacturer, or is it going to go and apply to all the other manufacturers. So as of now, I cannot give you a precise answer, but there's at least one manufacturer out there that has gone public on their Twitter page stating that they're not going to produce screen protectors for the S10 and the S10 Plus because it simply doesn't work, at least using the materials that they have done. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question comes from Dennis. So basically he's asking, where will be the top speaker be? As you know, the S10 is going to have stereo speakers. Now there's two possibilities. So the one possibility is the sound on display technology that I've talked about before, meaning the sound is going to be built into the display and the sound is going to be relayed through the display so we can hear it through the display. If that happens, then we're not going to have any speaker grills on the top or the bottom. The sound is going to be coming right through the display, and it's also going to be front-facing sound if that happens, and that's going to be absolutely fantastic. That's one option. We don't have the leaks and the rumors, the solid leaks and the rumors to back that up. The other option, we're going to have regular stereo speakers. So there's going to be one grill at the bottom where they usually are, and the other grill is going to built in to the actual earphone. So when you grab a phone, let me just grab a phone from here. So when you grab a phone and you put it into your ear, the earpiece is right here on the top where you actually hear the person talking to you. With the stereo phones these days, one speaker is at the bottom, okay? Other one is on the top, built into the actual earpiece. So that's where it's going to be if it's going to be a stereo speaker with two speakers. If it's sound on display technology, that's going to be awesome. If it's two speaker setup with stereo speakers, it's going to be at the bottom right over here, and the second speaker is going to be built in to the actual earpiece on the top. Okay, and that's again not a fact, it's something I'm just letting you know based on history and based on just looking at all the other phones on the market right now that do have non-front facing stereo speakers. All right, so let's move on to the next question. All right, so next question, do you have more information about the Note 9? How will it look if it will have the same processor as the S10 family? Thanks. Of course, this is a very simple question to answer. If historically speaking, every single Samsung Galaxy Note that came out after its S counterpart was the same, almost the same as the previous S counterpart, with one extra addition, maybe two additions, a slightly larger screen and a S Pen. Okay, and sometimes you get enhancements such as a battery. So overall, it's going to look just like the S10. It's going to have a punch hole display. It's just going to have the S Pen. It might have a slightly larger screen, and also it might even have enhancements to its battery. All right. So the Note 9s that come before their S counterparts, the Notes that comes before their S counterparts are always the same. They got the same features. They got the same processor. You might see a RAM upgrade. You might see a battery upgrade. But overall, the core phone is always the same. And of course, you got the S Pen. So yes, the Note 9 is just going to be like the S10. If you do buy the S10, you don't even have to upgrade to the Note 9, Note 10, okay? Because unless you need the S Pen. Same thing I said with the S9 and the Note 9. If you had an S9 or an S9 Plus, especially S9 Plus, because it's got a larger footprint, you don't have to upgrade to the Note 9 unless you really want that S Pen, because they're practically the same phones with similar functionality, actually exactly the same functionality minus the S Pen enhancements, all right? So very simple question to answer. Let's move on to the next question. Natan is asking, can it possibly be better than the already amazing Note 9's display? Maybe by 10%, okay? Maybe by 5%, but it's not going to be a groundbreaking difference as far as display quality is concerned. Ever since the S8, Note 8, S9, Note 9, the display quality is just beautiful. If I look at an S8, watch a movie, watch pictures, take photos and look at the photos, they look just as good as it looks on an S9 or a Note 9 or a Note 8. You will notice slight differences if you put these things under special scrutiny. Like if I look at it as a tech guy and I want to find a difference, then I can find a difference. Note 9 is a little bit brighter than the Note 8, a little bit sharper. The quality, the colors a little bit more vibrant, but only by 5 to 10%, nothing groundbreaking. So when the S10 gets released, you're not going to see a display quality that's going to be twice as good as the Note 9 or the S10. S9 or the S9 Plus. It's only going to be marginally better by 5 to 10%. So display quality is not going to be anything to worry about when it comes to an upgrade decision. The only thing you might want to consider is going to be the new display styles with the hole in the display. As you know, the display is going to be stretched out. You're going to have minimum bezels compared to the Note 9, even though Note 9 still has minimum bezels. But you will have that little newer technology, so to speak. So if you are attracted to the new punch hole design with the larger screen, larger stretched out screen, that's a consideration. But other than that, nothing to worry about. Okay, Note 9 as it is already pretty amazing. And also the S9 and the S9 Plus. Now let's move on to the other question. How many watts will the charger output be? Basically, the question translates into, is it going to be fast charging, even faster than what we already have? The answer to that, based on just the things I've seen on the internet, is yes. It's going to be faster charging than the Note 9, S9, S9 Plus. It might be on the level of like OnePlus 6's dash charging or even better. Okay, again, we don't have too many leaks or rumors to confirm this, but my gut instinct and just based on experience, you are going to see that difference of faster charging. We might even see faster wireless charging. So that's something to look forward to because everybody likes fast charging. The next question comes from Nihore. That question is about the face scanner. He's asking, is this going to be an advanced 3D scanner or is it going to be a lame camera scan? And unfortunately, the answer to that question, most likely it's going to be a lame camera scan. We can tell that just by looking at the size of the hole cutout, okay? We know that the S10, the regular version, has one hole in the front, and the S10 Plus has two holes. It's a pill style cutout. That one has dual cameras, the S10 Plus. The S10 has one camera. They're very small cutouts. There simply is not enough space in there to add some really nice 3D technology such as the Face ID on the iPhone. The iPhone comes with a huge notch just to give you that nice Face ID tech. So there's a compromise to get these things in there. So I don't think there's going to be a 3D face scanner on the S10 or the S10 Plus. It's going to be a regular scan that's going to be probably enhanced from a software perspective, but that's it. And I also think that the iris scanner is going to be gone because we do have the fingerprint sensor on the front, which is what I prefer. I like the iris sensor. I use it all the time on my Note 9, but I prefer an in-display fingerprint sensor that works and it's going to be on the front. If it was on the rear, I'd be really mad that the iris is gone. But now that it's in the front, I don't need the iris scanner. I can just, boom, go right in. All right? All right, so that brings us to the end of this video. In this video, that's all the questions I'm going to answer. I picked the questions that had most likes and also that were on the top. Of course, I'm going to be making more videos about the S10, so make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned. I'm going to make some videos to give you in-depth details of exactly what to expect from the Samsung Galaxy S10, what it has, what it's not going to have, and all that good stuff. It's coming soon, but you can still watch my previous videos, which has all that information already, but I like to keep people up to date as we get closer and closer to the Samsung Galaxy S10. All right, so if you do have any questions right now, just drop them down below. And maybe I can make another video next week answering those questions as well. But for now, guys, have a fantastic day, all right?